up, Wedding Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's anime Nerdigan review is going to be for Tsugumomo Season 1, Episode 12, titled Partner, and this is the season finale of Season 1 of Tsugumomo. I am sorry this video is late due to E3 and getting sick. I have been super behind, but catching up. This is the final one that I need to do, and then I'm all caught up with anime. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this episode and my thoughts on it, and then give you my thoughts on the season as a whole. But anyway, let's get to it. So this episode starts off with like a quick recap from mid-chapter 27, and something, and then after, you know, the opening credits, we get to chapter 28. I gotta say, something that was really annoying me, and I'm going to talk about more in depth when we get to the chapter 29 adaptation, is that a lot of the explanations were just skipped, and that frustrated the hell out of me. I just was like, what the fuck? You're gonna have explanations in some portions and not in other portions, and that really pissed me off. It was a real big disappointment. But anyway, this is the first part that was skipped, was when Kakuri was saying, no matter what it is, you can't block a sword with just an obi. So the watershed wall, it was made so that the sword would only graze the wall itself. Then the trajectory of the blade would be deflected and just graze past the obi's curved surface. The result being that the sword could attack neither Kazuya nor the obi. It's an incredible obi technique. And then this part was skipped when Kuriha said, air slash and ground slash won't work anymore. And then Sunao, inner monologue, it was completely changed, but this is what it was originally, which was, I may have been overwhelmed until now, but I'll turn this around by force. And Kuriha said, this part, did she realize substitutes disappear if the main body is damaged? And Kazuya says, I'll try making another substitute. And that's one thing that's bothered me, is that, like, substitute is still not in this anime. Like, what the fuck? You're describing a substitute. Just call it a substitute. It will save you so much dialogue. And let's see. And then Sunao was saying immediately after blocking. And Kuriha says here, what should we do, Kazuya? It's good for us to stay as we are, because we only have two obis, one could say. But then I gotta get pissed off here. Okay. Hanako's attack is not called Skyfire. Anime, it's called Flame of the Heavens. Why are you calling it Skyfire? I have no fucking clue. I don't like it. It just annoys me. And something that I really did like that this episode did was there's a portion in the chapter where hold on a sec, where, like, this is before Kuriha says, yes, let's go. Yes, I understand. That's what it was. It was what caused. I like that they added the dialogue there, because in the manga, what it is, it's just like 3 panels of Korea's face, and she's like, "Oh, I understand." But I like that we got this dialogue here, with, about, you know, what Kazuya's thinking, and explain to Korea the importance of winning to prove that Tsugumomo are more than just tools. I really like that, because that's a really important theme in this manga, especially right now in the manga. So I'm really glad that they did that. That was nice. And then Hanako, this part was skipped from Hanako when he was like, what the? And I'm sad Sunao didn't say, let's go, Kotetsu. And Kotetsu is supposed to say, yeah. Okay. Now this part is going to piss me off too. This was such a disappointing episode. I gotta tell you, I was so disappointed. When Hanako was talking about you know, the name of talking about Sunao's attack, he didn't even say the name of the attack. The name of the attack is called Hibakiri. So why the fuck are you not saying the name of these attacks? I just don't get it. Like, ugh. But this part of the monologue was skipped, which was, originally Hiba signified a snake, but in this case Hiba signifies motion as swift as a feather, the ultimate technique that allows dozens of blows in the blink of an eye. You cannot just block this attack with an obi. And then, oh my god, when we got to Ascension, oh my god, that is what I have been waiting for. I have been waiting all season to see Ascension, and it's giving me goosebumps just thinking about it. I really loved how Ascension looked. It was beautiful. Then we get to chapter 29, and the first half of this chapter was skipped. Like, part of it I understand because it's the flashback with Sunao and Hanoka, but like at the same time, it's like, dude, because I think they show the attack earlier in the episode, and that's why they skipped it. So it doesn't bother me too much. But like, this is what was skipped dialogue wise. First cut, then before the impact from the previous strikes disappear. Second cut, cut it, cut. The continuous streams of cuts build up to an enormous impact before you know it. This is the secret sword technique, Hibakiri. Like, I wish they would have shown that. That would have been so freaking cool. Like, during the explanation of the technique, they could have shown that there. Or freaking A, like the flashback, they could have mentioned it. But whatever. I think it was Sunao that was doing it. Yeah, this is Sunao's inner monologue, so that's why. This is a technique you cannot block with a mere obi. Like, that part was skipped too. I was like, huh? Then it's Kazuya's inner monologue right here. This is not a technique you can block, probably. However, with their enhanced sense of timing, Korea's eyes can catch even these flashing swords, but some trajectories are impossible to dodge. You're going to get hit if you cannot dodge it. Coming quickly from the side, the sharp and powerful metal sword, you cannot escape it with normal human strength. So, I think that was, I'm sorry, the inner monologue, I think it was Sunao. I'm not completely sure. It's kind of vague on that. But I really, really loved the muscle enforcement weave, even though they didn't say the attack. The attack was so gorgeous. And then we didn't get even the explanation about the muscle enforcement weave. We got the explanation for just about everything else but the muscle enforcement weave, which I thought was weird. Muscle enforcing weave uses an obi to mirror the arrangements of the body's muscles. It's a skill that emulates how the muscles move. With this technique, you gain Herculean strength many times greater than normal. The catch is that the user may potentially ruin their body if they do not control it properly. While Kazuya has not mastered this specific technique, he can maintain control of it thanks to his extreme concentration. And then, like, this is where we started off in the chapter. But I'm probably going to mention it again near the end of the video, but I'm going to mention it now. If it wasn't for that stupid crap that we had at the end of the episode, like, we would have gotten these explanations. I'm telling you that right now. Because, it was just so I really fucking hate the end of this episode. I really did. But anyway. Then... Where was it? The rest of the fight was just so goddamn beautiful. I gotta mention that. Everything was there. The dialogue was there. This part from Hanaka was skipped. The result is already decided. This part was there. This part was skipped. I'm sorry. The damage to Tsukumogami Kotetsu is at its limit. When Kotetsu broke, I was so sad. It wasn't cool. But it was supposed to be Coiling Snake. They called it Coiling Serpent or something like that. I'm okay with that. But the attack itself, animated, oh my god, it was so freaking good. I am so happy with it, that the fight was done well. Let's see. This part was skipped. When Sunao was in her monologue and she says, I lost to that bastard. This part was skipped. I was there. Something that I did like that they did, which was, I think, either at this part or a little before this part in the manga, but was that this was in the next chapter, in chapter 30, but I like that they put the flashback back to, they're in the house and flashback back to this portion of the chapter. I'm really glad that they did that. I am so glad, because it worked really well with the flow of the episode. So you get props for that, Tsugumomo. This part was skipped. It was when Kazuya says, actually, it's my house. Oh, this was the part right here. I'm sorry. It was right at the end of the chapter. They added the stuff from chapter 31 to, or not chapter 31, chapter 30 to continue the scene, which I really enjoyed. That was one thing that the anime did right. And then the first part of chapter 30 was skipped, which kind of bothered me a little bit. But again, some of it included the flashback, but I'm not going to talk about that because that was all there. I'm going to talk about this part that was skipped when this is after they got back to the house. So just give me a second here while I load this. So it starts off, they showed the house, Kazuya's house, but this part was skipped, which was, I'm home, and of course Kazumi, what in the world happened? Well, there was one small thing. Small? And I kind of understand why they did that, because it was, that's what was led to the duel with, it was the flashback, so I was totally fine with that. And yes, we got the explanation about what assertion is, which is not fair that we got it here and we didn't get it earlier, but whatever. Oh, here it is. Kakuri says, what are you talking, these are the parts that are skipped, which, what are you talking about? And, then if you couldn't defeat the opponent after using Ascension, that's, and then Kuriha says, yes, precisely. And I fucking love, I don't know why I love it, but the scene where Kakuri and them in the bath, and fucking Korea says, wash his dick. I didn't think they were gonna do that. I honestly didn't, because there's been a lot of censoring in this anime, I'm not gonna lie. And Kazuya was supposed to say, don't say it so bluntly. And Korea says, fine, shall we wash you in the peeing position, And Kazuya says, whoa, don't do it, it's touching. And this narration was skipped, which I didn't understand, which was thanks to Kakuri, Kazuya's special place had all its dirtiness washed away. Maybe something else had built up was also loose. And Kazuya was supposed to say, wait, Kakuri, it's okay now, it's clean. And then this part was skipped too, which was Kazuya says, and this is after Kuriha asked Kazuya if he remembers, which was just to be sure, infinite stepping, sting, deathly agony, the path to heaven. I never really understood what those meant. And oh my god, when Kuriha was taking off his clothes and she threw the boxers on Kakuri's head, that shit was so funny. I was dying when Kazuya was like, my underpants. And I thought it was hilarious that Kakuri woke up with the boxers, slept with the boxers on her head, and she woke up and like, this scene got a little messy for me, but I did like that Kazumi came up. I like that. That was really funny. But this part was skipped, which was Korea said, infinite stepping is to do it forever. The sting of deathly agony is to allow repeated penetration. The path to heaven is to show them heaven. These are sayings passed down by the gods themselves. And Korea's like, and this part was skipped too. What does that mean, you? And then after that, like, I like what I wish they would have done. Like, hell, they could have included it in while they were in the bath, or no, they could have included it they could have included it before, like, going in the bath and stuff. There's a half chapter where they show more of taking care of Kazuya, which I really would have liked to have seen in this episode. It was so fucking funny, the chapter, but that's what I would have liked to see. And like if it would have ended with the those two special chapters, because there were like half chapters, there was two of them involving while Kazuya's hurt. I wish they would have done that instead of showing skipping to chapter 32, just jumping around and like talking the whole thing with Sunao's mom, and telling Sunao what she needed to do. Like, that would have been a good episode to, like, not to start the season, because the chapter 31 was about the memories that Kazuya had. Like, I hope that's how they start. If they do the second season, I hope that's how they start it. I really didn't like the shit about the school. I thought it was kind of cute that Kuriha became a transfer student and stuff like that. I thought that stuff like that was really cute, but in all reality, I was so disappointed in this ending. Like, they shouldn't have done that. That was so stupid. They should have ended it like on the funnier note that they did, as I was mentioning with the half chapters. They would have ended it that, or fuck, if they would have they would have included the half chapters. If they would have ended it like right as Kakuri found them naked and shit like that. Like, after all that, like, if they would have ended it there, I would have been fine with that. But nope, they did not do that. But now I'm going to talk about what I thought of this season of Tsugumomo. The season of Tsugumomo was okay. It wasn't there were some times where it was just really, really good, and I was like, oh my god, this is what I want. But then there was a lot of times where I just kept getting pissed off because they kept skipping the lore, a good chunk of the lore. Oh yeah, I did like some of the stuff I did like at the ending. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to mention. I did like seeing the stuff with uh, Kakuri and Kokuyu. I did like that. I thought that was funny. And seeing like the other characters like Hanayama and Hanoka-san, I thought that was funny. I really did, and I liked her looking through the photo album of the kids. I thought that was good. But what I would have really, really, really liked for, you know, I'm trying to think of the right way to say this. Like, if they would have kept the names that were in the manga, I would definitely like this more. This and the facial expressions did get better. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this isn't as bad as, say, like the amount of lore that was skipped. I'm trying to think if it's as bad as Renai Boken. No, it's not as bad as Renai Boken. I'm not gonna compare Tsugumomo to Renai Boken, because Tsugumomo is definitely better than Renai Boken. Renai Boken is just terrible. But I really did feel like at some points there was rushing, and something that I wish they would have done, instead of, even though it was done so perfectly with the special chapters they did a couple weeks ago, I wish they wouldn't have done that at all and just went straight to the Sunao Kazuya fight, or Kazuya stuff. I really wish they would have done that, because then we would have had, you know, more time to explain everything and stuff like that. But Tsugumomo, like, overall, I would say it's okay. This anime is an okay manga to anime adaptation. It could have been a whole lot better. It could have been a whole lot worse. Um, I mentioned earlier what I would love if there was a season 2. I would love them to start off at the beginning of chapter 31. I think, yeah, it was chapter 31, where Kazuya is talking about the shared memory he had with Kanaka. Like, that's what I would love for next season to start on. That would be so good. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this anime. Like, what did you think of this season? Are you with me, where you're kind of like meh on this season, or do you think this season could have been better? Like I honestly think it could. And what are you hoping for season 2, if there is a season 2? Let me know in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. if you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion. There's a few ways you can do that. You could donate to the Nerdigans Inc. PayPal, Patreon, or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. All those links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on the Twits, aka Twitter. Follow my Twitch channel. Find me on PlayStation Network. All that's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!